Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Boy Howdy campaign for you. Our first round is going to be Nicodemus Hill, followed up by our second map, which is going to be the Waterways on Conquest. Before we get into that, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise the regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Our regiments for today, playing on the CSA side, you have Stonewall Brigade, Archers Brigade, Gregg's Brigade, 14th Tennessee, 2nd Kentucky, Army of Northern Virginia, 20th Georgia, and the 7th South Carolina. Whereas on the Union side, you have the Kentucky Orphans, Midwest Brigade, 36th New York, 2nd United States Sharpshooters, 4th New Jersey, Eagles Brigade, 7th Louisiana, and the 2nd United States Regulars. So the CSA side that you see there, they'll be playing Union round 1, and then CSA round 2, and then the guys on the Union side on the right will be playing CSA round 1, and then Union round 2. So, server pop today is 230 in balance right now. It's 4 towards the Union side. Artillery-wise, there's going to be a lot. CSA has 10. Meanwhile, Union has 6. You know, it's a lot less than what I was anticipating. However, that creates an imbalance of 9 soldiers towards the Union side. So, Union will certainly appreciate that as they are attacking on this map. Now, rules, remember at the beginning of this event, is skirmishers are live right away, while the rest of the infantry goes live at 43 minutes. However, you can see they're moving a little slow, and that's because they can only quick time until the 40-minute mark. While we're waiting for them to start sprinting across the open field, because it's very risky for them to, I guess, quick time across the big open field, and CSA's got a lot of arty. Weapons-wise, Union has the 15th Massachusetts, which has the Lorenz, and they also have the 1st Minnesota, which has the Springfield 55 and the Springfield 61 as weapons, whereas the CSA side, they have the 13th Virginia, which has the Springfield 42, Enfield or Springfield 55. They're probably all going to go with the Springfield 42, which has buck and ball, whereas the other company, the 1st Virginia Cav, they have pistols or Sharps carbines. So CSA very overpowered when it comes to weapons. You can see the Sharps are most likely over there for CSA. The CSA on this map generally hold that right stone wall. If Union takes that, it's really hard for CSA to take it back, and if they do, they lose a lot of tickets. However, that's such a strong defensive position with the stone wall there and some fences there as well. We might be able to show that later, but because that position is so strong, the Union has opted to more traditionally go down this route, which is the CSA left. It's a little more open. Artillery can hit them hard, unless they miss, but at least the CSA, at least infantry, does not have as great of a defense. So, 20th Georgia, 14th Tennessee, some of those guys, they've pushed up and are getting some great shots on TKO, who's slowly getting turned. Rest of the Union's holding back to take shots. Meanwhile, Eagles Brigade is, I guess, assisting in quotations. They're a little further back with Midwest Brigade. Speaking of that, frontline reporters today, for the Union round 1, CSA round 2 side, you have Cloud here from the Army of Northern Virginia. On the opposite side, so CSA round 1, Union round 2, you have Zach from Midwest Brigade. Very appreciative of those guys giving us their frontline view. And you can see those on the top left and top right side of your screen, respectively. So, Union trying to take this barn. This is the second and last step of a Union assault on this side, as they like to hunker down behind these barns. CSA already can have a field day here, especially since the barn has kind of changed. They changed the barn to what it is now with the hay on top. I think it looks pretty nice. Maybe that's just because it's different than what I've been looking at for the past few years. But regardless, it looks nice. CSA trying to react, moving to the other side of the barn to engage in a little shootout. That being Midwest Brigade and TKO. Looks like Midwest Brigade is going to go in though. Only a few of them went in. TKO is trickling forward as well. Meanwhile, A and B, on the other hand, is moving up there, and they're going to get a nice couple of kills as they reinforce the rest of the Union line. Meanwhile, circling to the center side here, looks like Gregg's Brigade is pushing up, and there's some Eagles Brigade guys there at the new Nicodemus house. This is, I think, the second or third time I've seen this map since they added that house in a long time ago. On this front, though, Union continuing to put up pressure. CSA doesn't have a lot of guys here. Looks like the Cav have moved over here, but looks like they got shot down or they're just down here. Which you can see them unloading those pistols. Very nice for CSA to have. However, it looks like it isn't enough. You saw Union kind of defeat CSA in detail on this front. CSA was a little spread out, and Union just kind of picked CSA apart, eventually able to take the entirety of this side of the field. Now, CSA, I don't think lost any flags. They did not. And they kept some of the flags up here, like with the Cav flag, for example. You could tell it's Cav because it's so tiny. But this is a great start for Union. Tickets-wise, they're ahead by little, which is always nice to see, at least from an attacker side. Now, at this point in the round, CSA is most likely going to play conservative and either sit back on their artillery or hold up on the top of the hill over here. Now, realize I say the 2nd U.S. Sharps is going in. This is not a good idea. They do have the pistols, but if Union sees them, they should be able to kill them pretty quickly, which they kind of do. So that's just an unfortunate ticket loss for CSA. So at this point of the round, CSA is going to hunker down, as I mentioned, on top of the hill, which they are, or by the artillery, which some are, trying to get some flanking shots on Union. Although in order to get those shots, they kind of have to go up to this fence just based on the elevation of the terrain. So Union at this point, they can't really force CSA to charge them. CSA is probably not going to charge them. However, point of contention is on the center road there. I don't know if the road's necessarily capped, but at least on the field side it is. So Union has essentially full access to that point, and if they want to cap it to try to force CSA to come down from the heights and engage in a melee, Union could do that. However, for some reason, the ticket gap has grown hugely in Union's favor. It's almost half a morale stage difference. I don't know how CSA just lost a bunch of tickets. Unless it was Rambo's, but 2nd U.S. Sharps already died before that ticket drop happened. So, Union might not want to cap. Because if they capped and CSA charged down and retook it, CSA could regain a half morale stage in tickets, which is it would be very nice for a defending team. That's all I'll say. What are you doing here, Cloud? He's up there with Canada. Looks like they're just scouting.
Coming down our right, on the right fence line to our right, gentlemen, on the other side of that bush.
So, I don't know if CSA is just trying to get advantage or they're trying to... They probably aren't charging out. They're probably just trying to get a nice flanking shot. I mean, at least keep up the pressure. Union is capping point, which I don't... You normally don't... How is Union capping? Are they capping from the little chicken coop here? They have to be. I didn't realize capping was that far out. Anyways, while I normally don't like the attacking team capping when up by a half morale stage, especially kind of this early on in the round, CSA probably isn't going to drop a whole lot of tickets going forward. So a cap isn't the worst thing in the world. Now, Union's priority here should be trying to prolong this counterattack as long as possible, bring everyone's tickets down. But the most important thing is when you eventually lose the point, which they normally will do, it's hard for Union to kind of hold that open field because the CSA artillery and the superior CSA weaponry. But Union needs to protect their flags, if anything. So, CSA is really grouping up on this left side. Now, CSA will have to go out eventually, and generally during a counterattack, you want to move quickly. The black timer ain't ticking down right now, and
Back over the fence. Back over the fence.
the longer the black time doesn't tick down, the longer this counterattack goes, Union is going to be forcing everyone to lose more tickets. Now, CSA tickets don't matter that much right now, because since they are down on tickets and the counterattack phase is active, if CSA retakes the point, then they will go up to the percentage of tickets that the attackers are. If CSA was up on tickets, they wouldn't go down or gain any tickets, so that would be a different conversation for that point. But for now, anyways, CSA's down, and so their tickets don't matter since they're going to go up to whatever Union's is. Now, in case of Union, you want this counterattack to go on for as long as possible. You want to bring both sides down, and you just need to prolong this. That's why CSA has to move in quick to retake the point, is so they can keep that black timer ticking. As a defender, you want the black timer to hit 0, and it's not ticking down right now, so you need to charge in and get that point. Now the question is, they don't have a Steam chat, they can't communicate. CSA left charging, CSA right is not, and Union might have a little advantage here. We'll see how Union responds, as with most defenders. CSA looking to try to go around, though, and not hit Union directly, which is not a bad idea. Is Union going to try to hit CSA from behind? Is CSA bringing flags? It looks like they aren't, but the cav is there. A and V starting to turn that direction. One of the Union flags is in an interesting spot. Trying to run out. It goes down. So the right of the Cloud's POV here. 2 Union flags are down now. And this is what I meant kind of by a response. You can see these Union guys did not react or come over here. I don't know if they realized it happened. But maybe they're focused on CSA charging on the hill. But it's a mistake for Union to do that. Some of the Unions starting to turn around. CSA charging in on point.
There was a ramble behind us.
14th and 20th are engaging. It looks like they're going to hold this side of the CSA charge off. Meanwhile, on the other side, Union just kind of sitting and shooting with the CSA, kind of letting them retake. So, if CSA retakes here, which they should, they're going to gain over a half morale stage in tickets. Union was able to protect their flags, keep them alive. So, overall, why are they not picking up that flag? They will pick it up. But overall, that was a very good counterattack from Union. CSA is going to regain a lot of the tickets. But I think the cap game for Union on this map is really a good way to play it. Because if you're Union, if you try to charge up on CSA up on top of the hill or charge up the hill this way, you're going to get slaughtered and those tickets are going to go back even anyways. Most likely. So a cap is not a bad idea. So both sides will basically be in engage once this counterattack is done.
Back up to the hill and let them just redo it. Oh, just keep pushing down and fucking them. Beautiful.
So the only way that CSA can get a plus out of these counterattacks is by charging down and wiping Union flags, and then holding up here so that Union can't get those flags. Because it's kind of rough for Union to do anything if they don't have their flags and they're behind CSA lines. Already shot, hits Union down to engage. You can see Union main spawn trying to gun it up here. CSA already moving pretty quickly here. And they're trying to put pressure. The longer CSA waits, Union's going to get reformed. It's going to be harder for CSA to break through. Although, for now, they have pushed a little further in terms of their defensive line, getting closer to Union for some shots.
On the white ball, you reckon?
Good shots, gentlemen. We brought him down.
So, Union's still in a great spot. Flag's got to be wary of what they're doing here.
Looking fantastic,
Looks
gentlemen.
like they're
Good
trying
shots.
to move to the barn.
Flag left, running down the road.
Flag
Everybody
left.
on the wall, on the wall.
Flag left, flag left,
Oh, no, they never loads. That's unfortunate. You have some more TKO guys on this side, and they're actually going to force A and V off. Meanwhile, Stonewall Brigade and 14th Tennessee moving in with them. They're going to go in. And CSA's now down to engage.
I'm still in skirmishing. Thank you.
It's not a lie, don't worry.
Hold this fence! Hold the fence! Here come the reinforcements! Hold it! Hold it! Get out of here! Get him, Six! Get him! Hold here! Independent fire! Fire well! Fire well! Loading fire! Fire!
I'm gonna get you.
Loaded fire.
Hold your position and independent fire! Fire well!
So TKO, at least for now, holding. CSA actually take the house back in the center, so So that's a nice little push off there from CSA. Again, Union keeping their flags alive, which is all that matters. And a couple of guys spawning at main from Union, but not a whole lot. It looked like a lot for a second, but then you realize artillery's holding there. So some CSA have actually held on point, which I think that's a good move as well. You know, you don't want Union to play this cap game, so you can kind of understand why CSA is trying to play a little aggressive here to make sure that black timer is going to go down. Which you can see that buck and ball. It's kind of shredding the Union here as they're trying to reform.
There you go.
Shoot, wherever you can see.
Keep it up, boys. Keep it up.
One of these flags is our flags. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's that one. Yeah.
Keep it
Up, boys. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Hey, to the south, to the south. You can see them to the south. Shoot them down. They're on board.
Oh, I don't know how much longer Union's going to spend reforming before they go in, because if Union could repeat what they did at the beginning, that would be great, but it's very difficult for them right now. Union's down on tickets. I don't know. You could maybe argue that cap is not a good idea on Union's part, because it did even out the tickets, and now Union's down. But
My boys getting their full kits
I
before they get up
feel
there.
like that cap would have happened inevitably.
Go ahead and commence independent fire. Keep the fire up.
I mean, I'm surprised Union's just kind of sitting here. Where is CSA already? These are prime CSA already shots.
All of SB shift left. All of SB we've shifted
I-
left.
Union can't win a shootout on this map. They have objectively worse guns. I mean, the sharps for CSA, they got the sharps so they can shoot at twice the rate as a normal rifle, which is what the whole Union team has. And if they don't have the sharps carbine, then they have the Springfield 42, which is buck and ball. And so these kind of closer range shootouts, which these guys have buck and ball for CSA, these closer range shootouts, especially when you're clumped up as tight as this, you're gonna get slaughtered. And even though Union does have a slight ticket lead here, I'm sorry. I mean, tickets are kind of even, but I'm saying, even though Union has more tickets overall, just with CSA having those better guns, they're going to keep pace. I'm surprised Union hasn't tried to charge yet.
Check.
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 Where's CSA already? These are... Oh, there he goes. Yeah, but no, that was not bad. Some Union are starting to go up and over. It looks like A and V and PA. PA and V, 14th Tennessee as well. They're going in very trickled though. It's so... I don't know if it's funny or not, but when you stab someone across a straight fence, you hit that fence like a good chunk of the time, like 60 to 70% of the time. Anyways, Union eventually pushed forward. They push that portion of TKO off. Here comes Midwest Brigade. They're going in. I see 36 New York is holding back for the most part. And this is what we saw at the beginning. Tickets are even here. Union might take a slight lead here. TKO looks like they're pulling off with their flag. So it's a little unfortunate because you can see how CSA could take a ticket lead and hold well, but they're a little spread out and not reacting quick enough. You can get CSA trying to spread out into cover like Midwest Brigade holding there, but like 36 New York didn't push up with Midwest Brigade. Actually, there they are. Never mind. I apologize. Forgive me. They didn't push up initially with them, so now Midwest Brigade's basically wiped there. TKO was wiped because Midwest Brigade came up late. So, but I mean, that just kind of happens with fog of war and all of that. It's not like you're going to be able to respond instantly to something that's happening on the field. It's not like Ultimate General Gettysburg or Civil War or something like that.
To the left.
And so
Left side of the barn, boys. Move now.
it's
Left
just
side of
the
the barn.
a
Move
little
now.
unfortunate. So Union taking up the barn side again. You can see they're up on tickets already. I do think even if I think CS needs to be more clumped up in their defense over here, because them being spread out is letting the Union get some nice tickets kills on them, and CSA's paying a little price. Now, if I'm Union, I wait till CSA hit taking losses if I want to cap again. Honestly, if I were Union, I would not cap again. You've got 26 minutes to hit your opponent down, 2 morale stages till their last stand, 1 until they're in breaking. At that point, you can just cap and win the game. You got 13 minutes to knock them down a morale stage. That is a lot of time. A lot of time. Even for a shootout, that can be a long time. Now, that's the nice part about being aggressive at the beginning of a round, is that... Oh, looks like we're going to see a mini charge here.
You fuckers got small dick in it.
Alright, come back.
That's the nice part about being aggressive at the beginning of the round, is that Union, by being overly aggressive... Yeah, they're pretty aggressive. They have 25 minutes. Both sides are essentially at taking losses, and Union can do whatever they want. If they want to charge, if they want to cap, they want to sit and shoot. The options are nearly endless, because you have a lot of time and you're not stressed with it. Anyways, Union's pushing up. CSA left. CSA first to drop to taking losses. You have some of the Cav here engaging.
I want that pistol, buddy.
Fucking clear him out. You're shooting to the west. You're shooting to the west.
Some of the CSA TKO is charging in here.
Come here, meat cutter. Getting down.
Goddamn, I love it. Oh, guys. I love this.
And this charge is a little interesting from CSA. Again, they're going in very kind of scattered here, and there's not a whole lot of them. I mean, nearly half the, maybe a third of the CSA team is over here, and at CSA, you know the Union infantry is nearly, their whole side is over here. Their Union is a little spread out, but CSA went so trickled in that that disparity didn't matter as much.
Hey, get these pistols down on our right.
They're charging us.
Boys, northwest.
Some CSA just came from the barn. That was a little interesting.
Look northwest, boys.
They're on the rock.
You can see there's a few CSA guys, but Union's just being completely shot up. That's crazy.
Damn it, can't I was on it.
You missed, brother.
So A&V is still trying to hold up 14th Tennessee, and Archer's Brigade taking the left straight fence. And now Union is up by almost a third of a stage. Despite that, yeah, Union's not going to cap anymore for this game. They shouldn't. Okay, I'm going to stop talking because they started capping. There is no reason to cap the point right now. You have 22 and a half minutes to hit the CSA down. 2/3 of a morale stage. That is way too much time. You're going to do that.
Right here, boys, right here.
So, by capping point right now, you are going to give CSA the chance to make the tickets even again. And sure, being even tickets-wise as an attacker is not a bad thing. But the problem is we saw CSA push Union nearly completely out of here last time. It's Stonewall Brigade who's capping. But Union nearly got pushed out of here, which Union played that well. They kept their flags. If they can do it again, that's great. But if Union gets completely pushed out of here, that means tickets are going to be even, maybe in CSA's favor. And assuming how counterattack went last time, both sides could be in breaking, and CSA could get a ticket lead. And at that point in the round, it gets a little iffy for if Union can win a game. Maybe Union thinks they can hold this. They got to hold it for 7 minutes, now down to 6.5. But, I mean, we'll see how it goes. CSA is spread out in the two halves. If Union... The thing was that Union got hit from two sides, and if you ever get hit from two sides in this game, you need to charge one of the sides out. Each side is roughly the same amount of people, but obviously communication is not going to be instantaneous for where they're going to charge. So, CSA charging in.
Let's go, keep going, keep going.
Some of the Union tried to go around the barn side here. Meanwhile, CSA very trickled in on top. A and V pushed off this side. I think they're in bounds.
Keep George, keep
Well,
that flag.
they're
Keep
barely
that
in
flag.
bounds. Union flag bear here slays out of bounds. That's a great decision. Flag dies out of bounds. It respawns at main within 10-15 seconds. CSA looks like they took this. Some Archers Brigades guys are up here trying and dying. CSA on the far side have not charged in. Similarly to with how last charge CSA came in on both Union sides. Union didn't really respond well. CSA, both of their flanks are not charging in at the same time. Okay, again, that's the second time I've said something and the immediate opposite thing happens. It's like they're listening to me right now. So, that was a very questionable cap from Union. It looks like, at least to Union's benefit, is that they're going to have their flags and they are, for now, in their defensive positions. It looks like CSA is going to try to push them out, which I like this decision a lot. Your CSA right now, you got to push Union out. And honestly, getting Union down tickets, we're not being the end of the world. The clock does not really matter as much anymore. If anything, Union's going to hit final push and knock down that black time before that black timer gets close to 0. So, Union has all 4 flags back. I think there's one here, which they just brought back. So, that was not a great decision to cap. Capping is a powerful tool, but can't use it there. So, question is, CSA going to push through and try to get Union off this completely, or not? Now, again, the black timer I don't think matters that much anymore. We'll probably see Union hit final push before CSA let that timer go down.
They're on the road.
So, at this point, CSA's got to find a way to get a ticket lead. Because the issue for CSA is they've been split up into 2 halves this whole time, and Union's been beating this half up pretty badly. And it's shown in the ticket amounts. So, I mean, a lot of Union guys are dying, but a lot of them are dying in formation. And there's a lot more of those Union guys, so they're going to be able to throw a lot more lead. So, you got Union going up center now. You know, I would understand this if CSA was a little close to breaking, but A&V knows, so we're going to trust the process. Maybe they're just... See, maybe they're trying to spread out. Maybe they're going to try to take the top of the hill. Maybe see if CSA is not there. It is concerning, though, because Union has won the ticket battle this whole round by outnumbering CSA over here and eventually charging them through. And with A&V out of there, it's going to be a lot harder for Union to muster the force to charge through. And if they do muster the force, actually charging through is going to be difficult. So A&V just goes over in there and sits and shoots. I don't know if I like that decision. But both sides getting closer and closer to breaking. It almost looks like CSA slightly ahead. So, yeah, I don't know. CSA flag going down from the top of the hill to the bottom, which is a little interesting. I assume CSA still has at least 1 flag up here, which they do.
Wheel right. Wheel the line to my right. Quick forward.
So, yeah, I don't, So, for now, Union is going to engage in a shootout, which, again, they've been so aggressive this whole time that they can do this if they want to. The reason why I don't like it is because if CSA is still kind of entrenched on this side, which they are, they have kind of an open road to the point. If Union pushed them back kind of into that spawn area, like they've done twice this round, Union could get to that point a lot quicker than CSA. Would it guarantee a win? Not necessarily, but maybe A and V, by trying to push off to the left side, is they're trying to cover these guys if they do collapse in, because CSA is getting very, very close to breaking.
Here they come. Northwest.
Oh my gosh, these Union guys are getting shredded. Jeez. I mean, yeah, you could see Union has a lot of guys on their team, but they're dead half the time, and Union cannot muster up enough guys over here. Union actually might hit breaking first. There's artillery as well. You know, normally, especially when I watch like War of Brothers, or Boy Howdy, I mean Ghost of Antietam, y'all playing the same general events, I was expecting a lot more people to go on artillery tonight. A lot more. Especially since it's Nicodemus Hill. I mean, of all the maps you would think it'd be appropriate to have artillery, this is the map. So both sides about to breaking, CSA holding. They're getting ready to move.
All TK will be ready to spring right. They're gonna go for the point. Here, all TKO, southeast, take aim at the white and blue flag, southeast.
Aim at the flags.
Good little volley there.
Check when you're loaded.
I am really intrigued to see how. I don't know. I don't know who's going to win this game right now.
I guess not anymore. Lo siento.
Because if CSA concentrates on that point, it's going to be very hard for Union to capture that point unless they hit him in the last stand. They definitely have the time to. It's going to be a question kind of tickets at this point. CSA is starting to shift a little closer to the point.
That's a nice haircut. Big group in front of us. Holy shit, that's a lot.
I mean, Union's barely getting any fire off, at least over here. And the fire they are getting off, like over here, they're so long and CSA has cover that CSA is not taking a lot of casualties right now. Union. These poor guys, they're spawning and dying, rifles standing upward, flags being dropped. It's a hard not life for us. It looks like Stonewall Brigade, at least 27th Virginia, is turning towards point. They are starting to cap it. CSA hit breaking. Union should not take this right now. That was a good arty shot. Holy crap. TKO. Actually, 2nd U.S. Sharps and 36 New York. A couple of those guys. This is a great idea here. Trying to hit behind the Union. There's no way Union gets this cap off.
On the left, keep going. Get on point.
A&B not even moving in.
Get on point. Kill them with your bayonets. Let's go.
And CSA take it back. CSA
Boys,
collapsing on
boys,
both
ain't got
sides.
nothing.
Looks like A&B is pushing forward. Maybe they're waiting for CSA to go down, and maybe they're going to try to get in the back or go to the top of the hill. The issue for that idea, though, is that CSA is so condensed and Union so spread out. Look how many CSA guys are here compared to Union. It's not even close in terms of numbers.
Deploy us to the north.
Midwest Brigade, back to the house.
So, Well, Cloud was one of the last few Union on there, but now Union is down about a fourth of a stage. Rut row. And actually, how many Union flags are down? 2. That's part of it too, is half the Union flags. Actually, I think 3 of them down. Someone picked up that one. But I mean, now the thing is Union flags are down. If they try to charge in, they need to pick up those flags, or else they aren't going to get those respawns on the point. And if they're not going to get respawns on the point, CSA will just take them. Again, CSA is so concentrated on that wall, it's going to be very difficult for Union to deal damage. You have CSA spreading out a little bit. Now, this is a point in the round where Artie can shine. I mean, Union's got a lot of time. If they want to, they can sit and shoot this out. Now, I don't know how close that would make the ticket differential. But you've got a lot of time, and you can do that if you want to. Especially since your flags are down. If you charge in and you don't get it back, you're not going to make it. CSA pulling off the center to the top of the hill, not a bad idea. Want to make sure you can't just get up there.
I mean,
I don't remember the name.
I might just be fucking stupid then.
5 years.
I can't remember, man. It's been so fucking long.
CSA hiding to just kill that time. What's fascinating about this house is why are there nuts sticking out the side here? Seems like this house was...
Up and over.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Stay, hold the fence, hold the fence.
Look at these houses. They're rushed game development. What a bad game. The houses don't even look realistic. So, CSA pushing out to meet Union. That ticket gap is growing in CSA's favor. Now, at this point, CSA, if they get Union on the final push, black timer drops. So if I'm CSA, you have a ticket lead to... You can play a little aggressive here. You can go out of your defenses, get some nice shots, which you can see they have. They've pushed out. Artillery will not be too big of a hassle in terms of tickets as long as you're all standing up in at least a little spread out line while you're on formation. If you do that, CSA will be fine and dandy. Because artillery at most will kill 2 or 3. Well, Union guys are up here though. So 7th South Carolina and Archers Brigade. These guys are killing Union tickets.
Alright, find you some cover.
You can't take your small groups off and kind of do your own thing. I mean, even the group there, those 2 guys there, the few Union guys over there. A lot of Unions grouping up at main. Union has to do something as a team at this point because CSA is going to be condensed on that point. And whatever Union does, they're going to be fighting the whole CSA team. It's not going to be split up like the whole round.
What's the plan, A-Tech?
We're gonna turn until 5 minutes and then we're gonna push it. We're gonna turn until 5 minutes and we're gonna push. Then we're gonna push in all at once.
I'm turtling something. It's coming out
On
my
me,
ass
boys.
right now.
Oh my god, dude.
I'd rather shoot from a distance or something. Alright, 33rd on me.
So-
Have to double click.
Third Union there, they're going to wait another 6 minutes. So if you don't like shootouts, feel free to fast forward 6 minutes. But Union at this point is trying to wait for their flags to respawn. They're trying to get CSA down. They don't want to hit final push, so they are going to sit back and engage in a long distance shootout. Long distance. Which will somewhat benefit Union here. Buck and ball, the drop is significant at further distances, which is why you'll hear people say load round ball. I personally think you should always shoot buck and ball because when you're shooting the 4 or 5 pellets that come out, each of those pellets kill. And I know you have to aim a little higher, but I'd much rather have 4 or 5 pellets shooting off and have to aim a little higher than just shoot that one shot. Because the odds one of those pellets gets close, it seems a lot better of a chance than the one shot. And each pellet on top of a one shot kill will suppress. Actually, I think past a certain distance, they don't one shot, but it'll suppress the heck out of your opponent, which can be kind of as good at this distance. So I always think buck and ball at any distance. CSA playing a hair aggressive. Union on this front, A and V's pushed up. 14th Tennessee is joining alongside them.
What's up? Get in line, 14. Get in line. Get in line. Get in line, 14. Get in line.
So CSA backing off there.
Get in line, 14.
Right here, just stretch it out. Stretch it out.
One man per post. One man per
You got a
post.
lot more room to the right if you need it.
And so Union will hit final push, but by them waiting for that 5-minute mark, that clock's not going to drop a significant amount. So once Union starts charging, they can act as if they are in final push.
You're just taking a nap there, Paul, and Paul. You guys deserve it. You guys are playing great.
I can't see fucking shit out of this thing.
The officer, I see the officer peeking.
So I don't know. This round is feeling good for CSA. I mean, CSA has a half morale stage lead. We'll see how that closes up over the next 3 minutes. But the problem is, we'll see how Union. I mean, really, there's still a lot of variables, and Union can 100% still win this. It just doesn't look great for them. If CSA collapses, I don't know. If CSA stays spread out and Union like Bonsai charges this side and hits CSA and defeats them in detail, 100% a chance Union could win that game. But if CSA responds well, collapses in on wherever the Union decides to go, they could do great things and preserve their victory, which is it's looking great for them right now.
Vodka and put a bunch of fucking ice in it, and it looks exact like it's the same exact color as black ice. It's literally the same color, the exact same color. I don't think it is, but I call it black ice, and it tastes really fucking good. It tastes super good.
Southwest.
I don't like.
And that's why we're wearing blue right now.
Just reminding me of, I don't know the initial conversation of black ice, but I was just thinking driving on the road. Very scary. Car goes slipping and sliding. Greg's battery's pushing, or brigade. Sorry. I'm so used to saying Graves battery, GB, that I'm going to say Greg's battery. I'm apologizing for summing that up. See, the winter conditions have been fun, at least where I'm at. I was going down the highway once, and it was snowing, slush everywhere. It was not that great. And when we were driving down the highway, we're going like 60 miles per hour, slower than what you normally do because of the weather. And there is a car in front of us, a little bit of ways in front of us, and it starts slowing down considerably. And it's like, okay, what happened, right? And so we're getting closer and closer to the car that's slowing down. I'm kind of slowing down, and it's kind of pitch black. And as we get to the spot where that car starts slowing down, there is a truck that's like perpendicular in the road, completely stopped. And I'm like, oh crap! So I had to swerve out of the way of that. Turns out when we passed that truck, there was a guy in the ditch, and it was like, dang. That explained that a little more. So very unfortunate. I hope the guy's okay. But that was not great conditions, let's just say. So 15 seconds, we're going to see the supposed charge from Union. Union is a little spread out. Maybe they're not charging at 5. Well, they did not charge. Well, they're starting to move. But yeah, when Union moves up, they will hit final push. Union needs to act like they're in final push. They have infinite tickets at this point. That timer might go down by... It's probably going to go down to 2.5, 3 minutes. Don't know the exact time of the clock, but Union is going center. CSA is in a great spot. They're going to be hitting them from the front and the side. So A and B and over here is going to get a nice little flank. Union, CSA on top of the hill are slow to react. Maybe they're just trying to go around. Point still in CSA's favor. Charging over here is a little close. Union charging center, CSA pinching. Union trying to get out. It does. Well, this CSA is going to hold. This charge should not win for Union, but Union needs to get CSA basically down to last stand by the end of this charge. It's unlikely. But clock drops a minute and a half, 2 minutes. CSA still in breaking. They're trying to cut across and get the Union flags, which Union has lost 4 of them. Probably going to get that one back up. So it's going to be a trickle in at this point. Union already, here's your time to shine. Union needs to get CSA down to the last stand as soon as possible. They need to get them down by like the minute mark to have enough time to fully start wiping CSA. If they don't, then it's going to be over. But the problem for Union is you can just, when you zoom out here, they are trickling in from their main, and CSA is going to condense up. I don't know why some CSA are holding back. TKO maybe just trying to delay them hitting the last stand, maybe spread out from Union artillery, but at this point, I think you just need to have your guys up. Kind of hard to see, but Union is trickling out. The smoke makes it look a little intimidating. 1 minute left.
They got nothing. They're just charging. Stay off that fence line. Take 2 steps back. 2 steps back. 2 steps back. Don't give them a melee. 2 steps back, everybody. 2 steps back.
Don't stand in front of me. Don't stand in front of me. I'm about to shoot him.
My bad.
Yep, no problem. I'm trying to kill you.
Union making a little ground. CSA still not in last stand. And CSA is going to counter charge in 2 seconds. Holy crap, artillery just blew up in the middle there. Anyways, good win here from CSA. I mean, that first cap was not bad for Union, despite them having the ticket lead. They had plenty of time to get back up in tickets, which they did. And then the second cap was a great decision. That third cap, though, that was the killer for Union. You had a huge ticket, like, what was it, a third to a half of morale stage ticket lead, and CSA was so close in the breaking. I do not know why Union side capped. That decision lost them the game. Union played a great round, but because of that decision, they lost. So, with that all being said, I mean, well done to CSA. Union made the mistakes. You took advantage of it, and you won the round. I mean, when the tickets get even towards the end of the match on Nicodemus Hill, when the map is so open and times becomes an issue, it can become difficult for an attacker. So, well done, CSA again. Sides are going to swap, so Union's going to play CSA. CSA is going to play Union, and we will see you all shortly for round 2 Conquest. 1,500 almost casualties for Union. Jeez Mowees. And here we are with the start of our second round here on Waterways. So, remember, Boy Howdy operates a little differently than your normal Conquest map rules. So, one team that is defending the part of the map picks a point to defend until the 25-minute mark. Union chose to defend the C point, and that's why they're raising their flag there. So each side can only fight over the C point until the 25-minute mark. At that point, A and B can open up. Now, we didn't start until 40 because remember, no double quicking and no sprinting until that time. And so it looks like Union's strategy is to try to cut CSA off here, because that is a major choke point. And the only way CSA can get into the majority of the map is by crossing this. Union's going to try to race them there. They're not going to win. But Union capped that point. Briefly, overgoing Conquest is there's 3 flagpoles. Whoever controls the majority deals a ticket loss on their opponent. If you're up 2 flags on your opponent, you can deal 2 flag pulls worth of damage, so they stack.
14 to the right.
So, Union having a huge advantage with the C point. So actually, CSA do get here first, and 14th Tennessee and A&V are the first groups to spearhead this. Union arrive here a little scattered out. You know, you can understand why Union's not hunkering down at C, and we can get there once the fighting kind of lets up. Because CSA only have one way to get across the river on this side. Union basically has like two good ways to get across. They have a lot more crossings than CSA here. If CSA tries to cross here, they're going to drown. But anyways, so CSA can decap and cap C if they want to. And so we'll see if they try to make that move. CSA have got the beachhead though. They've gotten everyone across. You can see the box hit, the bullets hitting the water. Looks nice. And looks like CSA are spearheading up the center here. 20th Georgia going right up next to where Eagles Brigade is.
Get those yank shanks down. They may come at us at any point in time. Be ready to shoot. Press it right. Everything's fine here. You're in a bad way.
So,
Gonzo's my
a
rear.
couple larger brigades, guys, charged as well for Union. You got TKO and Eagles Brigade. On the other side, you got 7th LA and 2nd US Sharks. So, you can see even though this fight has favored CSA a little bit, tickets are in Union's favor. And is anyone for Union assigned to this point? It's a boring job. You get a lot of XP, but someone's got to do it, and it's going to be the artillery. They're not really defending it, but actually that is one thing I forgot to look at. So, server pop is 240, imbalance is 3 towards Union. Union's got 14 on artillery, Confederates have 2. So, that imbalance there is 9 infantry-wise towards CSA. So, not what you necessarily would want to see. CSA charging up. Stonewall Brigade went in. Looks like A&V there as well. 7th LA eating up the backside. TKO trying to hold the brunt of it. See some Union skirmishers over here getting charged out by CSA. Have a couple Union guys on the other side of the river. No, they're not, but they could get on CSA side of the river if they want. 36 New York. So CSA now down to already half a morale stage. I mean, that's the thing. CSA at this rate is going to be taking losses by time. Actually, sorry, they're going to be halfway through engaged when 25 gets hit. Which I like the rule set of this game mode. It depends on the map, because in theory, right, Union has the advantage. They have C. They're going to get a significant ticket lead by having that save point under their control for that while. However, once the 25-minute mark is hit, if CSA can cap the other 2 points, they will be up by a flagpole, and they'll have 25 minutes to catch back up, which is longer than the 15-ish minutes that the Union will have that one flagpole lead. So, it gives the opposing team time to come back. It obviously depends on the map, because in my opinion, if a team like Union here, they get the first point, CSA should be able to easily get the other 2 points. And this map kind of offers that, because the A point, very safe in CSA's side. Or it's on their side of the river. And the other point is in the middle here, which actually you have a fair amount of CSA going around for a flank. Now, are they trying to condense in Union or go to C? I don't know. But you do have some Union moving to follow them. It seems like there's not a lot of Union there, which you have some moving out of main spawn, which Union doesn't have a downed flag, so don't know why. Anyways, it's Archer's Brigade going around this side with Greg's Brigade, TKO, moving to stop them. CSA is about to hit engaged.
Pay your taxes.
So good catch there from Union and TKO to get these rocks here to prevent CSA from getting a huge flank on their team. But as of now, CSA, they kind of have control of the B point in terms of ground. What was this over here?
Like straight side by side, like right here, spread out, spread out.
I don't think Midwest. I mean, they don't have a team chat, the officer, so Midwest Brigade definitely doesn't know that the friendlies are directly in front of them. It's a little unfortunate. It's like a waste of manpower. You could argue that. Is that the artillery? I really wonder where they're going to take these guns. Because it's not like you can bring them to the other side. I mean, unless you're going to put them like right here. Which I can kind of see it. If CSA was trapped on this side, that would be a lot of sense, but it's not the case. So things have kind of gotten to us. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking because it always happens right as I start yapping. A&V charging in on 7th LA. CSA down a half a morale stage right now. And Greg's brigade pushes up and they clean up what A&V kind of wiped out. Looks like there's some Eagles Brigade guys over here in 4th New Jersey. They're falling back a little to their flag. So they can about face to kind of figure this out. CSA is slowly but surely getting ground here.
Flag back here, flag back here. Jimbo, back here. No, flag hold back here.
Go Assaulty, Jimbo. Go Assaulty.
Jimbo, stay here.
And they should be able to hold that because A&V kind of got wiped out. A lot of CSA presence on this far side.
Friendly up front. Don't shoot him.
I think I want to shoot him just because he yelled friendly.
So tempting.
Keep shooting, 14.
And so Union, it's getting a little interesting. There's a lot of CSA back here. I know there are Union skirmishers back here. It's a Stonewall Brigade. So they're starting to move forward. And I mean, CSA has done a really good job. Their objective at this point is not necessarily to decap C. That would be very nice for CSA. But again, if CSA can get A and B under their control and hold them firm, there should be no issue for CSA for the remainder of this round. And CSA's got a firm lock on this top side. If Union does want to charge, they got to go across that open field, which, as we saw with last round, is not the most desirable thing. And really, Union's only hope is to break through on the wood line, which it looks like they're going to be pushed back here very slowly.
Hey, prepare to fire. I'm looking right now. Hey, fire. Fire. Yep, keep fire, boys. Independent fire.
Drop that fucking blue flag, boys.
So, what are you skirmishers doing over here? Who are you? A couple of Eagles Brigade guys are over here. What the heck?
Alright, gentlemen,
A couple nice tickets there for CSA. Looks like some of the CSA might be trying to go around. It looks like the Union already sat up there, so yeah, that makes sense. A&V is really trying to get around the side. Now, they don't know how many Union guys are there, but they could really slip by and gun to C if they want, which there is a couple of Union there. I don't know if this is necessarily their goal, though, but the avenue is there. CSA seriously really slowly taking over this field. Union charging up. This top part's going to be important for Union if they want to get B. That's a great flag kill.
Stay with me.
From TKO.
Stay with me.
It might be a little outnumbered, but CSA is a little more spread out than them.
Right here on this line. Keep going. Charge. Right here behind them. Swing like a door. Swing like a door. Swing like a door like the 20th Maine before.
Hold the one.
Oh, baby. How you doing?
CSA will hold.
Kill them, kill them, kill them.
And they should get their flag. Chopper, though, he's going to change the tide here. All by himself.
Oh, baby, I love the way.
Get out of here, boy.
Oh, shit. You guys are my friends.
Get out of here, boy.
We are your friends now.
So, CSA hold that. Meanwhile, on this front, looks like some charging occurred. A&V got...
Come here. Yeah.
Good job,
Let's
Killer.
go. Let's go, boys.
Him and his 3 guys are going to take out 7th LA, which... Where's their flag at? Is it back here? Nope. Huh. I wonder where their flag is. Unless they just retreated back early, but it's like A&D White Eagles Brigade there, but 7th LA and 2nd US Sharps on the back end. They're going to go pick up their flag. CSA retake the ground up top. CSA, you know, I said CSA wasn't going to hit taking losses, but when I was saying that, I just thought about the flag loss rate. I wasn't thinking about the tickets lost in melee as well, so. But Union is going to hit engaged when they hit taking losses roughly. But this is very, very good for CSA. They're in a very good spot right now. Union's got to find some way to win. They're being... All these individual charges, because both sides are kind of spread out, they're charging each other. And CSA is winning those. And that is really the difference right now. Remember, CSA was playing Union last round.
Skirmish out. Skirmish out. Skirmish out to my left and right. Skirmish out to my left and right.
Independent, sir.
Independent fire right in front of us.
Fire.
They're right there on that log. Good job, boys. Good shots. Good shots.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Got a lot of Union stream rolling up here. Actually, outside of the Stonewall Brigade, you got a couple CSA over there. Is this the A&V? Or is it GB? Yep, it's A&V. So, Union does have some force they could mass up and try to hit CSA at B. 1.5 minutes left till we get that cap. Now, the issue for CSA is that they've been fighting so far away from A that someone's going to have to bring their flag back, which they have their guns rolling up. Which it looks like A&V is sending their flag bearer back. So 1 minute left. CSA getting ready to cap A&B and stop their ticket deficit. The A&V that stayed back are charging into 3rd Kentucky and Midwest.
Get stopped in the back, boy. 2-2, boys. Oh! Oh! Hell yeah. A&V knows.
A&V knows. So, there they go. They hit taking losses. And that, at least for the next minute, that's going to be the last, at least, deficit on tickets we'll see here from CSA. And the question is, what is Union going to do? Now, zooming out, they don't have this view, but Union's really, like, gathering up in the center here. Now would be the time to break to that point, because you know CSA is going to be capping A and B. And you could, with your whole team, try to concentrate on one of those points, which would be B.
Yep, I ain't crossing that.
Yeah, no.
But the question is communication. And do they want to do that? They'll have the ticket lead. They're about to hit engage, but they'll have the ticket lead for the moment. CSA could start capping those points, which they are starting to cap both of those points already.
24-20, yeah, that's good.
24-20, they're going to go in.
We're going with that, we're taking B. They have nowhere near enough people to hold that on their own.
So at least they're going to go in. You can see Union getting ready. CSA capping at A. So CSA got B. Meanwhile, some CSA are in this 14th Tennessee. They came up here and they're getting squashed. All right, here comes Union charge. Archer Brigade needs to look a little to their left if they don't see someone coming. Knight, you got to say something. Oh, maybe Knight doesn't know they're there.
Behind us, behind us, behind us, behind us, behind us.
Sorry, Red. Sorry, Red.
Charge bells, boys!
So CSA got the flag advantage. CSA down 1 flag. Union mass charging center as well. It's working for the moment. A lot of CSA are kind of in the backside here.
Body block, body block.
And it looks like Union's going to be able to get B here. So great response from Union already. This looks like CSA with some reinforcements were able to hold that. In the end, they're not going to lose that flag, which is always great on these bigger maps. I don't know how long Union's going to be able to hold this.
To the northwest with me. There's an enemy flag down here. Left and right of me.
Enemy flag.
Form all around.
So with that decap, though, that's the thing, though, is that even if Union... Oh, my goodness.
You just confused motherfucker right there! Yeah, boy! Fuck this guy! Yeah! Oh, no, we're all friendlies. We're all friendlies. Whoa, I almost stabbed you, buddy.
Presti, we're shooting blue, boys.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Hey, get the flag up! Get the flag back up!
Flag up the pole. Get the flag up the pole.
Presti is independent from
Georgia.
Meat cutter. What an icon. Over on this side, CSA pushed forward, Midwest engaging with them. And this will lose some tickets for CSA. So, even though Union only decapped that point for a little while, huge. It's huge because Union's just trying to keep a ticket lead at this point, and the longer CSA has that point up, they're going to be doing more and more damage to you, and you know, even if you can prevent that for a little bit, it's a good thing. Obviously, you want to hold that if you're Union, but, you know, you can try to think of the positives here. So, A&V's holding here. Whose flag is this? Union flag. It looks like they might have charged in on the Union group.
Keep nailing them, boys.
Rip the killer with the warning for rambling. He says he was by his line, but...
Shift back. Shift back.
Shift back. We're not reloading here.
Right here. Right here.
Oh, no Lamats. Okay, I didn't know that was a rule. Well, you learn something new every day. Now that makes sense for a warning. I guess you can see that in the little pop-up on the bottom left.
on this log, Fourth.
Yeah.
Crouch, get your reloads.
Learn something new every day.
2 flags, southwest in the field.
All I'm hearing is that we need to throw this round out. If CSA win it... I'm kidding. For those of you who don't know, the Lamat is the best pistol in the game. It ain't even close. It shoots 9 shots or 10. I don't remember exactly. 9 or 10. Normal pistol shoots 6. The Lamat also has a buck and ball shot. Or buck shot. I don't remember the specific word for it. It shoots a couple of pellets. Anyways, TKO's charging with friendlies. They're going to try to recover their flag and push A&D off. And they're going to do that exactly.
Keep going.
Up the hill.
Let's go.
So TKO gets a good wipe there. Ninja still alive though. Here comes Hapex Bear in 27th Virginia. They're going to try to assist A&V, who CSA shouldn't win this. We got a few guys in there. But looks like some Union dive bomb the point with a flag as well, and that's going to be a lost flag for Union. But look at the CSA defensive line. They're pretty they're holding very, very well. That flag is.
I want to talk to you.
Don't chase. Pull back.
Alright, small dick bitches. Kill me. I dare you, small dick.
I do have a small dick.
33rd, leave him. Come back.
Sorry, Rebelson.
Nope, you're good. Sorry.
Seriously, what happened to this Union assault? I mean, CSA is holding firm. Tickets are 100% getting closer overall, which you need to be you need to be in a different and higher morale state than your opponent to win the game. Both sides are in the same morale stage and the clock hits 0, then it's a draw. So, Union, at least for now, is reforming. Is one down flag? Is this Union? Or is that CSA? It's Union, I guess they... There's Union artillery here. Has not done much at all. I mean, some CSA are moving across, but when we look at the balance here, it's, what, 6 in CSA favor? CSA has 3 on artillery, Union has 12. That's the... You know, how does Union take more artillery on this map than last map? Where last map was objectively better. Anyways, it's... What? So it's an 8-man balance initially. Well, that just changed.
Alright.
To an 11-man in balance. Or sorry, 9. I flipped it around. Jeez. CSA's up by 9 guys. When you consider artillery in the mix, which also 9. CSA's up by 18 infantrymen. So when you consider that, is this result really surprising? CSA full-on dominating the field. This is a question of Union strategy for why the heck they would take artillery. Anyways, I want to see the Union artillery in action here, as Union's about to go into taking losses. Our test subject here is the Army of Northern Virginia. Now, they're going to be walking right in front of this artillery, and that artillery, who's been sitting there the whole time, has a chance to prove itself and hit a glorious shot, because nothing else is happening on the field. And why would it? CSA's not going to try to go for C. They have the flag lead, so... Union artillery took a shot a second ago.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, let's watch and listen.
Sprint, boys. Run, goddammit.
They missed both shots. Am I surprised? Man, it's just a waste of manpower for Union. So, because even most of the match, they haven't probably shot a whole lot. Anyways, Union's pushing up on CSA left. It's more of the center. Unfortunate timing as A&V's about to hit the flank with the flag as well, but at least for the moment, it looks good. CSA, now a lot of those CSA guys are crouching. They need to stand up.
Didn't expect to see us right here, did you, buddy? Hey, motherfucker! I'm gonna stab you right there, Bubba.
Stabbing goes! Stabbing goes!
A&V charged the back end. They got, looks like a 1 Union flag. Weird, that was that flag that was down before. Union, meanwhile, has gotten 1 flag down over here.
Get the flag! Get the flag!
They're slightly holding here. A couple more Union guys trickle forward, and Union wins that charge. Look at that. We got some CSC guys over here. They're preoccupied. I think this is Midwest Brigade. Yep. And 36 New York, they're charging this. I don't know if they'll win, but at least distract the CSA counterparts so that Union can at least decap the point. Now, I assume A&V is going to turn on the point. I'm going to take a guess. Which, CSA countercharging, they're going to push Union out, and lo and behold, look at that. I think this is A&V anyways. Yep. So Union get the decap. Again, it stops it, which is very good. Now, CSA is going to be in breaking. The question is can that flag advantage knock your opponent down a morale stage within 15 minutes? And that is definitely possible. So, Union's going to have to make a play to keep one of these points down a little longer, or they're going to have to cap one of them. Because tickets actually are about to even back up again.
Fort New Jersey in the shade here. Battle line to the right of this tree, please. Get your loads. Battle line to the right of this tree. Southwest,
Hey, CSA
please.
line to your north. CSA line to your north in the woods.
Break reloads. Let's fall back to the east. Fall back to the east. Fall back to the east. Break reloads.
Base.
Base.
So Union back off. Again, you know, the one thing I will say about tonight is outside of the end of the Nicodemus round for Union, so it's not really surprising. Both sides have been able to keep their flags up, which... What are you guys doing? They're sneaking around the 27 Virginia, but both sides have been able to keep their flags up, which has been good. Oh my goodness, my guy's about to drown.
Hey guys. Hey.
Oh, they don't drown. I don't know if they're going to try to go for A, which normally in Conquest I say send a couple of guys back to your opponent's safe point, but on this map you really can't. It's hard to get to your opponent's safe point. I need to stop saying things. That's the third time tonight, and there's 3 CSA guys here. Do you guys know they're there? They don't. They got artillery ammunition stuck, which might be lucky for them because there's 3 CSA guys there. If one of these CSA guys dies, then they can't decap. So Greg is trying to see... Greg from Greg's Brigade is trying to see if those guys are there, but they're going to be stuck there for a while. Actually, Union already... These are actually a nice little angle here. Ticket's still in Union's favor.
Let's go. You're stabbing your own friendlies, guys. What are you doing? You're stabbing each other.
I got no one. Anyways, that first charge goes in A&V's favor. Here comes TKO.
We need to drop the flag.
I have a CSA
Trump,
flag
there's a
running
big
back
group
here.
to our right.
He might
Break it
die.
off to the left. Get the fucking flag.
But that flag pulls some of the Union away from A&V, which actually favors CSA a little bit. That A&V is a little weak. That flag does eventually go down for CSA. And Union pushes through there. Actually, what the heck? Union just swept right past those guys, didn't even care for them.
Stabbing go up there in front of you.
Give me a flag.
More.
Fuck him up. Just fuck him up. Just kill him.
Just kill him is actually...
Second U.S. Sharps moving in here as well,
We won
but...
it.
Oh,
No, we didn't. They're still Yankees. He just stabbed me. I'm following with the Yankees now. Let's go get him, boys.
Alright, boys. Pull it back. Pull it back.
so CSA will hold that in the end. Well, the question of did these 3 guys get found was answered. There's a couple more CSA guys going around this way. I think Union's chasing, but...
I'm gonna pay, motherfucker!
A lot of missed shots here.
Get back here, coward! Go back, go back. Oh, who's in me? Okay. Back to C, to C, to C. They're going to C. Alright, what the...
Which... Let's see, Union's chasing, like... These few guys here, even from 2nd Kentucky, they're distracting Union guys. Guys Union can't... They don't have the manpower to do this. Like, how many guys are moving towards C right now for Union because of a few guys? I mean, Union needs to get B or A, but that's not the case. Union is raking. They're down on tickets for the first time today in this round.
Get him! Get him!
They're dead.
So, Union's able to hold, but more importantly, those guys distract a lot of the Union, and now that flagpole lead is going to be even more secured for CSA. That's the thing with Conquest, is that you're always losing tickets. So if you're just sitting around shooting, it's hurting your team if you're down. So the only time, I mean generally, but especially for this game mode, the only time you should be sitting and shooting is if you're trying to come up with a new plan or reform. Other than that, you should be moving or charging. Oh, those guys are going to go out there and they're going to die. It's another thing too. One is what are you doing with that 5-man group? Are you trying to go get A? Which, it's not a bad idea, but why would you run through the open field to try to go there? I mean, at least try to sneak across the woods or something like that. So Union finally returning from C, 9 minutes left. CS is still not hit breaking. Union is losing tickets through that. It looks like they are making an attempt at B right now, which you might be wondering, why aren't they charging B? It's a good idea to try to wipe your opponent out before getting the point, because if you dive bomb the point, we've seen it I think 2 times today. When you dive bomb the point, your opponent's focused on killing you while you're focused on surrounding that point and decapping it. So they're going to kill a lot more of you than you of them. And even if you decap or cap, your opponent will get it. Now again, it's not always a bad idea to dive bomb point, but the odds of you being able to hold that are very small. But this is probably the largest effort we've seen from Union, at least on this side. We have some charging happening over there as well. You can see that from the top left side of your screen. Never mind, he's dead with Cloud. Anyways, Union win there. Zooming in over here, CSA win on this side. A and V holding there. Again, flags being kept alive. That's the Eagles Brigade pushing up through here now. CSA in breaking, but they're almost up by half the morale stage. Union is... If they don't win this charge here, they're probably not gonna win the game. I mean, odds are already pretty low, but Union win this side. CSA have reacted accordingly. 3 CSA guys survived the charge, and they should go to C. Yeah. I mean, that window is kind of open for you. A couple of Rambos here and there, but looks like Union from the wood side's pushing up. CSA have won over here. So A&V Kentucky holding their half morale stage difference. Union's got to go to this point. They don't have time. They're gonna hit last stand. Honestly, the best bet Union has is by getting a draw out of this round. Maybe they could win if they cap 2 points and hold it for the rest of the time on the clock, but that time is diminishing, and Union is losing tickets the longer this goes.
Take that bayonet off, mister.
So CSA, some pushed up top. Some CSA charged straight in, which a little interesting. I mean, the charge is doing some damage. 7th LA just going to the point. So Union hold that.
Get the fuck out of here, buddy. Come on, get the fuck out of here.
Yankee bitch.
Get the fuck out of here.
And CSA hold that. But here comes the rest of the Union.
Take the
Come on, boys. Have a go, Union.
Charge. Fight them all!
Couple more CSA moving in from the top left side of your screen. Union's starting to gain a little ground, but they are so close to last stand. Here come more CSA. It looks like this Union charge. Looks like a little trickle. Maybe this is just a respawn. But this flank from CSA from A and V is going to do some damage here.
Too many.
So CSA are going to hold that. You know, it was a valiant effort by Union. But they're about to hit last stand. Look at that. And if they die, they don't come back. So, I mean, Union had the start you would want on this map. But the CSA was able to slowly push Union out and get a foothold on B. And then immediately cap. And Union could never really come back. Now, you had the imbalance already. But when you add the fact that Union has a lot of guys on artillery who are still just sitting there and not really doing a whole lot, Union's outnumbered by a lot. And, I mean, what is it again? I mean, it's 9 towards CSA right now. And it's a 6-man. I mean, 15-man imbalance. I know it was a little worse earlier. Like, 15-man imbalance is at that point where it's kind of like, well, there's no point you can win. Or, sorry, that's not necessarily true, but overcoming a 15-man infantry imbalance is very, 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 very difficult. The odds of it happening are very, 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 very low. And when it's higher than that, it's even more difficult. And that's the thing. Union, when you're down guys, you should not be doing artillery on conquest and contention. The maps are way too big, and artillery usually is not in a great spot. Like, Union artillery on this map is in a terrible spot. They tried to move it to an effective spot, and if there was a lot of fighting in between this bridge, this, like, kind of bridge here, it's not a bridge, but this opening where they can cross the river, like, Union artillery could be pretty good. The problem was Union infantry didn't win that, and maybe that was Union plan, was for the infantry to push CSA back to hold them at that choke point. But CSA was able to break through, and at that point you gotta adapt. And as an artillery, you should really realize that you should not be on artillery. Should not. I mean, they didn't do much tonight. Now, that is not the whole reason why Union lost this game. I mean, Union just simply got beat. They were a little outnumbered even before considering artillery in the mix, but their infantry was outnumbered, and so they were going to get beat back. A very difficult round to play. Don't know the weapons off the top of the head. CSA just bonsaiing to see. Union just trying to hold it. I mean, the issue with Last Stand is that you have to knock your... You gotta kill everybody on the opponent team. Everyone except 3 guys. And unfortunately, or fortunately, regardless of how you think of it, the rounds go for a long, long, long time after a team that's Last Stand. Anyways, that poor artillery dude is going to be carrying that arty round until he dies. They never got the... they never got that through. That's what they're saying. Anyways.
Get ready on the right. Here they come. Right. Right.
I need 2 people with me that DK.
Clear the base! Brace it! Brace the
Brace. Brace what?
I like the way you die, kill these bastards! I like the way you die, boy! I'm gonna send you to hell, scum!
Round 2.
Decap the point.
Get that motherfucker.
Get away from my limber. The limber will be ours. The limber will be one and all. Stay away from our limber. Please, limber, for my sake.
So CSA just trying to get a decap. The last few Union are moving in, but again, well played around from CSA. You had you're down at the beginning, but CSA literally did exactly what they need to do to win this game. And obviously you get help with Union having a lot of guys on arty, but you know, you take what you can get. Anyways, how is Union still? I mean, one of those guys should die and the round will be over, I think. Oh, they're not killing him because they're trying to get the cap off, which I think will help them with campaign stuff if this is anything like War of Brothers. I mean, there's literally 3 Union guys. Oh, he died because he was out of bounds. There are 2 Union guys left. 3, actually. There's 1 over there. There's a flag there, and then 3rd one here. They capture the point right as the clock fizzles out. Anyways, with that all being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. That's a good 2 rounds here today. Appreciate you all being here. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord, merch, X, Instagram, and more in the description. We will see you. We'll see you in the next one. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. They're doing Pick-up Patrol after this. It's a tiebreaker. They're doing Pick-up Patrol. We can't spectate that. Anyways, goodbye.